Hey, it's Janelle and welcome back for another video. One of my favorite video game franchises is Harvest Moon. Although now it's called Story of Seasons for some reason, but it's still the same franchise. Whatever. That's not what this video is about! I've been playing Harvest Moon since around 3rd or 4th grade, and I've played Harvest Moon games on a bunch of different consoles over the years. But I always find myself going back to the very first Harvest Moon game I ever played. Harvest Moon Save the Homeland for PS2. And now you'll get the full benefit of my years of Harvest Moon knowledge. For those who just downloaded this game for the PS4 or PS5, or for those who just happened upon the original PS2 version in a retro game shop and are completely new to the game, here are 5 tips from a pro. Though some of these tips can also be applied to other Harvest Moon games, especially Hero of Leaf Valley, which is a remake of this game. Excellent game, by the way. The main focus of this video is to start you off on the right foot in Save the Homeland. Let the farming commence. Alright, tip number 1, forage and mine for quick money. When you start any Harvest Moon game, money is a big deal. You start with a small amount that might get you a couple bags of seeds, and that's about it. Luckily, there are a couple of free ways to generate easy income to help you get by until your finances look better. And it's because of these ways that it's impossible to go bankrupt in Harvest Moon. For one thing, pick up everything you find on the ground, except that grass. Oh, what the heck. Whee! But seriously, almost everything you pick up can be sold in the stores. Herbs, sell them. Medicinal herbs, sell them. Berry berries, sell them. Blueberries, sell them. Cranberries, if you're still having money woes when summer rolls around, sure, sell them. Flowers, I mean, sure, you can give them to one of the girls, but how are you supposed to impress her with nicer gifts if you can't even afford them? There is literally free money lying around town. All you have to do is pick it up and sell it.
Opportunity plus instinct equals profit.
But now, let's say you're more of a homebody. Well, that has to change in this game, but if you still want easy money without the commute, then mining is another great way to make some quick cash. While other Harvest Moon games have you mine in an actual mine, in Save the Homeland, all you have to do is dig up your own backyard. And you gotta do it anyways in order to plant crops, so you might as well get some ore while you're at it. While sometimes you dig up 10G coins, which isn't that much to be honest, you can also dig up ores that can snag you at least 40G a pop. The downside, of course, is that using the hoe will drain your energy, but it's not a bad source of income early in the game. Tip number 2, start with the horse race. There are 9 different endings or ways to save the homeland in this game, which includes finding endangered species to protect the area as a nature reserve, finding treasure, or winning a contest to turn the town into a tourist attraction. And then once you complete the game resets with all your money, animals, and items in a kind of New Game Plus to complete the other endings. I highly, highly, highly recommend doing the horse race ending first. Why? Well, there are a couple of reasons. Take a walk up to the brownie farm and talk to Bob, and you'll get the option of doing part-time work. You'll get paid by the hour as well as earn bonuses. So when I start up a new game, I go there every day as soon as the store opens at 8 a.m., take care of the work, which includes brushing the horses, milking the cow, and putting fodder for the animals in the barn. And then I just hang out until closing time at 5 p.m. to get a nice couple hundred G's. And on top of all that, you'll even get to keep the milk from the cow, provided you've milked the cow, of course, which you can sell for more money. This will provide you with a very nice boost to your income. The other reason to do this ending first is because you'll get a horse out of it. Bob will see you taking such good care of his horses that he'll just give you one for free. Now, you will have to befriend your horse to ride it, and even more to go anywhere at a reasonable speed. But at the end of this ending, you'll have a fast mode of transportation for the rest of the game since the horse carries over when the game restarts for other endings. I recommend stopping part-time work once you get a horse so you can devote time to further developing your farm and training your horse. Once this ending is complete, you should have a nice little farm going and a fast way to get around town. To do more foraging, of course.
Once you've had fresh, you'll never go back to canned.
Tip number 3. Start small with planting crops. Alright, you've got some cash together and this is a farming game after all. Let's start farming. While this game does give you a couple of potato seeds early on, they can only be harvested once. If you really want a nice steady income, definitely plant crops that you can harvest more than once. Sure, the seeds will cost more money than potatoes, but they'll provide you with multiple yields, even across multiple endings. While there's always a chance they can be destroyed in a storm or wither when the game resets, only a couple of them really do, so you don't have to worry about your entire livelihood getting blown away. Now, Save the Homeland has 4 crops that can be planted in spring, summer, and fall. However, not winter, but to be honest, I almost never see winter in my playthroughs of this game. 3 of those crops are renewable: tomatoes, corn, and breadfruit. Yeah, I didn't know what breadfruit was before Harvest Moon either. Now, corn is a personal favorite of mine, selling for 120 Gs per pop, while tomatoes sell for 80 Gs but grow quicker. I like having some breadfruit around for recipes once I have the money situation settled, but if you're looking to make some quick cash, I'd hold off on the breadfruit for a little while. Start off planting a couple of crops early on. Assuming you're following my previous tip with part-time work, you won't have much time to wake up, water a bunch of crops, and make it to the brownie farm before it opens at 8 a.m. Get the ball rolling with growing a couple of renewable crops, and then take care of your part-time work. Once you get your horse and you can stop part-time work, then you can build up your fields. Tip number 4. Buy an egg and start your chicken empire. Let me ask you something. Would you rather spend $50 or $500 to get the same result?
Never spend more for an acquisition than you have to.
Well, you can start your chicken empire in one of 2 ways in this game. Either buy an egg from the grocery store for 50G and incubate it, or buy a full-grown chicken from Bob for 500G. I know Bob's your buddy now, after all he just gave you a free horse, but this is business. Money is tight, and if you can save 450 Gs, do it. Just buy an egg and incubate it. Yes, it'll take time for the egg to hatch and the chick to grow up, but to be honest, it doesn't take that long, and you can start developing your chicken's heart level early on. After all, you'll need those golden eggs for one of the endings. Before you know it, you'll have an egg-laying chicken, who will also lay eggs to incubate and repeat the cycle until your chicken coop is full. Boom! Steady income. Provided you take good care of your chickens. They're pretty low maintenance, just feed them and let them out on nice days. Alright, last tip. Tip number 5, talk to everyone. Oh, did you think you could sit alone on your farm and not be bothered? Well, too bad. The life of a single farmer is not a lonely one, and you're tasked with working with the fellow residents of your town to prevent its demolition. Like I mentioned before, there are 9 different endings to this game, and you're encouraged to unlock each one. In fact, you can even trigger other endings while going for your chosen ending just by talking to people around town. For example, I wasn't going out of my way to befriend Gina the maid, but I managed to trigger the Goddess Dress ending just by talking to her while seeing her around town, or if I was selling something at Clove Villa. Especially if you're playing this game without a walkthrough, it's a good idea to talk to everyone and see the different ways you can save the homeland. Of course, once you decide on an ending to pursue, you should start giving people gifts to further their friendship and unlock different cutscenes and story points. But in order to do that, it helps to say hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
And those are my beginner's tips for Harvest Moon Save the Homeland. But now what do you think? To the beginner, are these tips helpful, or is there anything that I haven't covered that you're still kind of lost on? To the Harvest Moon expert, do you have any tips for beginners out there that I haven't touched on? And to everyone, Would you like to see similar videos like this in the future for other games? Please, leave comments below and discuss. As always, thanks for tuning in to another video. If you like what you see, why not give my video a like and subscribe to my channel? Tell your friends! Until next time,
I say tomato and you say tomato. I say potato and you say potato.